Hello, today we are going to see how to correct the problems when a BRD file is converted into Shape3d with defaults. So let's open this BRD file. What's the problem here? You'll see this slice here at the tail has two control points on the deck, while this one here has only one on the deck and two between the rail and the center, and same here. So if you look at the 3D from the tail, you'll see that it's kind of twisted and the deck is not right either. You see that the definition curves are all bent. You can see that in the design mode. If you look at the wire view, you see these curves that define the shape, the true shape of the board. They are connecting all the control points on each slice. That's why each slice needs to have the same number of control points. And that's not the case in Haiku. So sometimes when you load a file that has been designed in Haiku with different number of control points on each slice, Shape3d has to insert new control points so that each slice has the same number of control points. And it's not always done the right way. So for example, here it tries to insert new points so that each slice has the same number of control points, but it's not done correctly because on this one it did it on the deck, and the other one it did it on the rail, on the bottom rail or something like this. So basically what we need is either remove this point or move it to the bottom part of the slice, or we could do it on this one, move this point and put it on the deck of the slice. So I can see all the slices have one point on the deck and two on the bottom. So we'll see first a technique just to move this point to the bottom. So first, if you have loaded this BRD file with the rail curve edited in green here, so that's the curve corresponding to the rail point, you need to unedit this curve. So you click here, go to rail, uncheck edited and press OK. Then I will show you a first technique using passive point. So if I set this point as passive, it becomes yellow, and then I can make it move along the slice, along the curve. But it cannot pass this point here because it's defined as the apex and the other one as the rail. So they cannot cross, otherwise the definition of this point will be wrong. So we need to set it as a normal point. Then this one as well, normal. And now that both these points are normal, you can get this point and make it travel through the curves like this. So now you see you can set this point back as a regular tangent, and so this slice has the same structure as all the other slices. Now I can set this point back as the apex point, means the widest point, and this one as a rail point, the tuck. And now you can see the wire view is right and 3D view is right as well. So that's the first way to do it, and it works very well. Well, now we can see another way to do it. We can do it without using passive points. So I reopen the BRD file, and then I can insert here on the bottom of this slice a control point so that it looks more like the other ones. And I see it will have inserted a control point on all the other slices. and then I save it as a new file, Shape3d file. Okay. Then I reload the Aku file. Okay. And then this time I insert a new control point here on the deck, so that all these slices here look like this one. So, but this time you have 2 points here. And I reopen the one we just saved. Okay. And I can now take this slice, copy it, go to the other one here, and paste it here. Wait, first I need to unedit the rail curve. Okay, and then paste. Here it is. So now we have the same structure, and instead of just taking this point out and put it on the bottom, we inserted a new control point on the bottom, and this file is right as well. So that's it. Now you know how to correct your file when you open it after a conversion from Aku. Goodbye.